Hi there, Steve here. Since I'm in Palm Springs, I thought I would do a little video out here in our yard. You'll see the nice flowers, the sun's in my eyes. I'm going to talk about online tutors and how to get the most out of online tutors. Now, the world of language learning has changed dramatically. In fact, the sun is really in my eyes here, so I'm going to move a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. The world of language learning has changed so dramatically because the classroom, we used to go to a class, we have a teacher, we have classmates, and we would follow whatever the program was that the teacher was following, the curriculum. Whereas now you have this wide array of online language learning systems, including Link, of course, and many others. You have a tremendous amount of content, resources, dictionaries, and of course you have tutors offering their services. I have often used the services of italki, but now recently I've tended to, where possible, use our tutors at Link, and we have improved and sort of revamped our system for connecting our learners with tutors. Now, how do we get the most out of it? First of all, let me say that I have in the past had online tutors, even though I'm a great believer in input-based learning, and typically my strategy has been to work on input until I get to a level where I have enough vocabulary that I can say something meaningful, that I can understand what is said. But it obviously varies. Now, in the case of Arabic, it takes longer to get to where you have that vocabulary because of the difficulties of the writing system and so forth. And if I started Arabic sometime in, I don't know, almost a year ago, it was only in August that I started talking to people online with our tutors at Link. In the case of Farsi, I started much earlier because we don't have text-to-speech, and so I wanted to have someone help me read these texts, and so I connected with a tutor in Farsi. I've spoken to tutors in Polish, in Greek, in Czech, in Romanian, and I can still remember my Polish teacher who lives in Krakow, and in Ukrainian, my Ukrainian teacher who lives in Lviv. Of course, in Arabic, I had a teacher who was a Syrian refugee located in Turkey. I had a person from Kuwait who was a student in Spain. And now I have this excellent tutor from Egypt, and I'm talking to him every day. What I do is, when we talk, and particularly Ibrahim in Egypt, he makes copious notes of all of the words and phrases that I struggle to find or that I use incorrectly. And then this is sent to me as a report. And in fact, he's now started recording these. And so these are words and phrases that are very alive to me because these are things that I tried to say. And so when I go back to him the next day, I still forget the same words, I still make the same mistakes, but I'm slowly improving thanks to this sort of engagement with content that's very meaningful to me. This morning, I went through all of my conversation reports, which these are imported as lessons into Link, and I go back to August, and I can still remember. This is with this student, female student from Kuwait who was living in Spain, and I can still remember our conversations. And so you can actually rehash your conversations, rehash the vocabulary. You discover that some of the words that were introduced then and which you learned that you subsequently forgot, you are now coming across them again in conversation. And so I'm able to and more than once, sort of go over again these conversations. So it's a tremendously useful way to not only get me speaking, but also help me with my input-based learning. And not only that, I'm able to connect with Egypt, with Syrian refugee in Turkey, with a Kuwaiti Kuwaiti living in Spain, with a person in Warsaw, in Prague. And very often I follow up then with a visit, as I did in the case of Prague and Lviv, visit to where these people live, and then we have additional encounters there. So it's a way of engagement. Oh, and I should add, while I'm talking about online tutors and resources available on the internet, One of my favorite dictionaries, and we connect to it at Link, is Context Reversal, because they have a conjugating dictionary. They even have it available for Arabic, but it seems to be very hit and miss. Very often I'll look up a verb and I'll get 404, URL not found. But when I do find it, of course I get a complete review of the conjugation of that verb. I know it works very well in Spanish, in French, and even in Hebrew, in other languages. What that enables you to do, because verbs are so important and yet in many cases so difficult, you can kind of review them, the range of conjugations, of forms of the verb, get the form that you're looking for, go back to the text that you're reading, and that little bit of review just helps me get a picture of how that verb works. So hats off to Context Reversal. Oh, and by the way, now at Link, when you save a verb, the verb will automatically be tagged as verb. It'll tell you what tense that is and what person that is. So you get a lot of additional information about the verb. This is extremely useful because sometimes, if you're new to the language, you don't even know that it's a verb, and you certainly don't know which form of the verb it is. So that's now available. So these are the kinds of resources and functions that are available on the sort of internet-based language learning world, of which the online tutor, and there's more and more of them, is a major part. And I'm looking forward to my conversation with Ibrahim this evening at 4 my time. So thank you for listening. Sorry for squinting. And now I will see if I can turn this off here.